Let's keep it rolling here as we tie a bow on the 2023 class. Next week, fully turn our attention to 2024. All eyes, of course, will be on five-star quarterback Dylan Raiola. He is the #1 player in the class. We've talked about him already a lot on this show. But it's not just his top-ranked status that makes him an intriguing player to watch. He's already decommitted from Ohio State, so he is anybody's quarterback to land. Blair, you spoke with Raiola last week about that decision. Here's his response.
I just felt like I had to rethink some things, definitely take a second look. I felt like I committed a little too early, and I'm grateful for a second chance. So that's kind of where we're at now, and just make the best choice we can these next 4 or 5 months.
All right, we are lucky enough that Arizona is your specialty. So you have seen Raiola in action plenty of times, Blair. Of course, nothing is certain, but what did the Buckeyes potentially lose in this prospect?
He's a player that looks college ready already. You know, we talk about some of the big name quarterbacks that maybe need a little bit of development or a little bit of seasoning, or they need to put on weight, or they need to hit the weight room. Dylan Raiola looks like Patrick Mahomes already physically, and he's so electric with his arm. He's got tremendous arm talent, can hit receivers in stride deep, and the ball looks small in his hands. That's another big thing that stands out to me about him, is just the control that he's able to put the ball. He's a pitcher. He's got some baseball background as well. So athletically, he checks off a lot of boxes like Steve Wiltfong just mentioned. And I think you have to like his moxie. You have to like his attitude in the huddle. That's one of the characteristics, a trait that is really important for Dylan Raiola, as he commands the presence in the huddle. And he's a terrific ball player, a guy that understands down and distance, and lower his shoulder when he needs to, and has everything that you look for in a premier quarterback.
Before people say, hey, Blair Angulo said that Dylan Raiola is Patrick Mahomes, physically, quarterback-wise, obviously still some development there, but physically he looks like Patrick Mahomes. Well, as he weighs his many options, there are a few leaders in the clubhouse. You got Georgia, Nebraska, USC, Oregon. Steve Wiltfong talked a little bit about those guys. So here is the prized QB on those 4 schools.
Just what Coach Smart does, you just start with the leader. He's leading the program. What he's done for that program in the last 5 or 6 years is it's crazy to see. He came from Alabama, and he knows what it is to win with being under Coach Saban. So it's a big deal to him. He went to Georgia. It's his alma mater. So it's a big deal bringing Georgia football back to where it needs to be. The energy he brings, the new coaches bring to the building. It's super exciting to see. I think fans in Lincoln are super excited. And for me personally, I'm excited. My dad going there and everything that goes on to that. So just really excited to get back there, check it out, see what they have to offer, and just see what Nebraska's about. I think knowing Lincoln Riley, his track record speaks for itself. Obviously all the Heisman guys, he's won 3 of them. It's crazy. The offense he runs, the way he develops people, and just how he gets playmakers the ball from a quarterback and play calling standpoint. Is definitely cool to see, and definitely want to get back out there too. I think Coach Lanning has done a great job just keeping a relationship with me, and then just getting to know Coach Stein and what he did at UTSA and all the success he had there. It's just, I'm excited to get back up there and see what he has to offer, what kind of offense he runs, and I just know Oregon's got a bunch of great people in that building.
All right, we'll keep it simple. Of those 4, who's the best fit?
I think stylistically, when you think about the offense, it has to be Georgia. The way they put quarterbacks in a position to succeed, they get the ball out quickly, they get the ball downfield, they get the ball to their playmakers. Dylan Raiola is able to do all of that. And the Bulldogs haven't signed a 5-star quarterback since 2018. That was Justin Fields, at least according to the 24/7 Sports rankings. So when we think about all the talent that Kirby Smart is able to attract, that quarterback piece is the big missing component, and Dylan Raiola would be huge. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Nebraska. I think that's a really, really good fit. I would consider them option 1A at the moment in terms of fit, because of what Matt Rule is trying to build there in Lincoln. The connections with his family. His uncle is the offensive line coach. His dad played there. He's been there a number of times. I think he has the connection with the fan base already and understands what it means to be a Nebraska Cornhusker. And when you think about priorities, you think about targets in this 2024 class, I don't think there's a more important prospect for a school than Dylan Raiola is for Nebraska.
I got one more for you on Raiola here. We're a little less than a year away from the 2024 class putting pen to paper, so of course, plenty of time for him to make a decision. But Blair, what did he tell you about his future plans, maybe some visits and a timeline for his decision?
Yes, it sounds like he will be taking official visits this spring and summer and wants to come off the board ahead of his senior season. So I'm anticipating a timeline of 4 to 5 months. He's going to be really active in the offseason, going out to schools. He will be competing at the Elite 11. I know that's an event that he really wants to continue to improve on and maybe get to be able to, maybe recruit some other players and start talking to other guys that could potentially join him wherever he goes. But for him, it's really important to continue his football training and then hit some of those schools. He wants to get out to USC, wants to get out to Oregon, Nebraska, and Georgia one last time, and then take officials wherever he needs to, and then comes off the board, ahead of the summer, and he can just kind of focus on being a key recruiter for whichever school he chooses.